Congratulations are in order for this year's Michael Jordan Trophy recipient, aka the Kia 2022-23 NBA Most Valuable Player of the National Basketball Association. His name is Joel Embiid. He averaged 33.1 points a game, 10.2 rebounds per game, 4.2 assists per game, and 1.7 blocks per game to lead the Philadelphia 76ers to a top 3 seed out east. Embiid becomes the first Sixer to win said award since Allen Iverson back in 2000. Congratulations are in order for Joel Embiid. If you actually look at how the voting played out, Joel dominated the first place votes. I think more than anything, the race for second ended up being closer than we thought. That was actually closer than the race for first, as you see Nikola Jokic edge out Giannis by about 60-some odd votes for second place. Yeah, man, congratulations to Embiid. I've been following the MVP race closely all year. We've done a plethora of videos on it. I've been pretty much right the entire way. I told you guys, it doesn't matter what I personally feel. I knew who was going to win this award. I've always known who's going to win this award every step of the way. I think I told y'all up until like January, February, Jokic was going to win this award again. In the midst of that, it got tighter. The race got closer. And I told y'all, optics matter, narratives matter. And Embiid hogged Jokic down. And if you had a combination with the Nuggets kind of struggling towards the latter part of the year, if you had the fact that Jokic, it seemed like made a conscious decision to pull back from averaging a triple-double, which I do believe would have potentially got Jokic this award if he would have averaged a triple-double as a center. And then you couple it up with the fact with the Sixers surging down the latter part of the season, we're really right there in the thick of things for the 2 seed out east later in the season. Joel Embiid being their best player, the fact that he does it both ends of the court. Also, Joel Embiid's highlights just look better than Nikola Jokic's, and I say that for a reason. Y'all got to understand this. A lot of people voting on MVP, they don't watch the games. They watch highlights. I'm the dude that's actually sitting up watching these games in the middle of November, in the middle of January. Like some of these MVP voters, they just tune in for the playoffs, and they might check out a couple ABC games throughout the second part of the year, but they don't watch the games. They watch the highlights. Keep in mind, these are some of these guys are overworked reporters or former reporters. Some of these guys just don't even take the MVP vote serious enough to me. I wish I had a vote. But with all that being said, though, Joel Embiid's highlights look better, and he plays on both ends of the court hard. I said this the other day in regards to Jokic. So Jokic doesn't play as hard as Embiid plays on the defensive end. He's a lot better than what he used to be, but he doesn't play as hard as Embiid does. And, you know, as great as Jokic is on offense, if Joel Embiid played where Jokic is at on defense, then Embiid's numbers would be even better. With that being said, Embiid plays really hard on defense, can control a game from that end of the court, and then also is an exceptional player offensively. And if we want to have the conversation about Giannis, y'all know I love me some Giannis. And look, I do believe the Greek Freak will look back on this 5-year stretch at some of the MVPs that he left on the table and say, man, I'm so great that I could have easily been averaging 35 and 15. That's how great I think Giannis can be. The reality is he didn't do that. He left a lot of meat on the bone. I think for the voters, it got a little confusing with Giannis because we've seen Chris Middleton be an all-star in this league over the last 4 or 5 years. The reality is he wasn't an all-star this year, but I do believe voters held it against Giannis because we believe Middleton to be an all-star when right. The reality is Middleton was not an all-star this year, and I don't think Giannis had an exceptional year defensively like he had in years prior. I don't believe that. I don't. And I think that's how the voting played out. Other interesting things, how about Jason Tatum and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander rounding out the top 5 here for the MVP race? That was a little shocking to me to see SGA number 5. Congratulations to him. Donovan Mitchell, 6th. Domantas Sabonis, 7th. Interesting. Very interesting. Luka Doncic a guy that many people thought had a chance to win this bad boy, finishing 8th and Steph Curry 9th. Very, it feels like Jokic was a victim of voter fatigue. We're going to talk more about Nikolai in a different video, but I want to say congratulations to Joel Embiid. And look, now, you know, he's complained about this MVP award for years now. He's finally got it. And, you know, the pressure is on for real now. Now Joel Embiid, to me, has officially become the best NBA player to never reach a conference finals. And here we go. You know, his Sixers look good as I make this video. They're up a game to zip over the Boston Celtics, but Joel Embiid is hurt. And that is a big piece of the puzzle. That's been an argument on the other side, like, yo, Embiid's guaranteed to get hurt once a year. This year, though, Jokic got hurt, Giannis got hurt, everybody got hurt. And Embiid was pretty healthy, all things considered. I want to say congratulations to Joel Embiid. Technically, he didn't have a second All-Star, which is kind of like the Chris Middleton thing with Giannis. And Embiid's numbers looked a little better than Giannis's this year. Technically, James Harden was not an All-Star. Now, many people out there like me believe Harden should have been an All-Star. And then I believe Tyrese Maxey is on the cusp of being an All-Star. But the reality is, technically, Joel Embiid led the Sixers with no All-Star help. You can look at that which way. I'm just trying to paint a picture for you and tell you some of the narratives that helped shape Embiid winning this thing. And I think he deserved it. I had him as my MVP. I thought he overtook Giannis and Jokic, you know, second half of the year, and definitely Jokic in the last month or so of the season. And congratulations to him. There's a new MVP, ladies and gentlemen. I can no longer say you're reigning two-time MVP Nikolai. It's over now. He's still a two-time MVP, but there's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Joel Embiid. I'm out.